So I hadn't shot this video yet, and I should have shot it from the beginning, but here is the 26-foot Excalibur that we bought a few months, well, I guess a month and a half ago now. We bought it up at a lake in Big Bear, California, Green Valley Lake to be exact. It had been sitting in a yard for God only knows how long. My guess is at least 10 years, and that's based on the fact that there are some Lake Arrowhead stickers over here. It looks like the last time it was in Lake Arrowhead was 1992. So that means it's been sitting on the hard for a long time. We stripped all the hardware off the deck, or most of the hardware off the deck, so right now, and getting ready to strip the deck, do some fiberglassing today, and paint the boat. And then we're going to do some fiberglassing down low and paint the boat as well. The teak on the boat, done a little bit of sanding on it and brought it back, and you can see that right in here. Looking up into the sun, you're not getting a great view of it, but you can kind of see the difference of that's been worked on, and then we'll get to where it hasn't been worked on. It's all gray. Over here I've got some better pictures I'll post as well on the website. A couple spots on the hull that are that somebody started working on and that we'll get some fiberglass on. I have to learn how to do fiberglass work, and that's going to be the better part of what we do today, is learning that. I'm going to learn up on the deck where it's not as, I guess, life and death. So we took out a couple through holes in here. There's the two through holes that were originally for the head. Those are now gone. And there's a through hole back here as well. There's one that I'm going to leave. I'm actually going to leave that. I might replace it, or I might just leave it. We'll see how that goes. There's a through hole right there that we took out. I'm not exactly sure what that ever was for. And now the rudder is in the shed along with a whole bunch of wood. A couple cracks in the hull. Crack right up the back of the transom there. That looks like it should be fairly repairable. And then there's the old motor mount there. Originally this had a motor through the hull, and I'll show you that from above. But this has been, somebody was racing this, I was told. And so he finished this out and filled that in and hung the outboard off the through hull back there. So she's pretty good and solid on the outside. On the inside, she's a mess. It has to be done. The mast has a couple small issues. We're gonna have to clean it up and sand it down and repaint it. It's missing some spreaders over there. And the mast head, some terminology I learned as I chased all these things down, is broken. I'm going to chase down a new masthead. It looks like the mast was made in La Mirada. I sent a couple messages to those guys, but they are anything if not crummy customer service. 2 emails and a phone call, none of that's been returned. So, and then the boom, the gooseneck on the boom is broken as well. So we'll have to chase down see that right there, that broke. So we'll chase down a replacement on that as well. This trailer we built from a single axle trailer. My neighbor Ed, who's amazing, hung an extra axle on there. So you're seeing 2 axles on there. We're gonna cut them away and move them back though, because right now it's super light in the tongue weight. It's bouncing on the tongue when we trailer it. So we're gonna cut them away here in a little bit and move them back. I'm gonna jump up on deck and show you on deck what it looks like. Alright, so here's a deck tour. These videos will be shorter in the future probably, simply because this is an introduction to the boat. That's shore power was originally put in. That's detached right now so we can get ready to paint it. There's a beautiful piece of teak that goes right across here that we pulled off, stripped, and re-oiled, and it is gorgeous. And right now it's getting ready to be stripped and painted. I can't get this bow pulpit or aft pulpit off here, so I'm going to leave it on and paint around it. It's a pain in the butt. to get to those bolts, so we're gonna leave those on. If you look down in the well, there's a bucket in there right now, but that well right there is originally where the motor went through. And that down there is finished so that you can't put a motor through it there anymore. That hose is for a bilge pump. It goes out. There is the hole in the boat where the rudder comes through. I am missing that piece that the rudder comes up and through. I don't know what it's called, and it's missing, so I reached out to the guy who had the boat up in Green Valley Lake to see if he can find it and all the stuff he has up there. Look up here, this is the companionway hatch. I'm fairly certain that's not the original because it looks like it's wider than the rails that were there. It might be. And I've seen on other Excaliburs that that's not teak that it's running down there, but somebody took and put teak there. And if you look at this piece right here, they use teak, I don't know, that L-shaped teak there to hold the inside and originally the outside. So this piece of teak right here goes over the outside. That's way too thin and way too dicey. So I took it off and I ordered some stainless steel rails. Those are at my shop right now because I gotta use the drill press there to cut or to drill through them. The inside, completely gutted. I took everything out. There's some pictures that you'll see on the website that show just how bad a shape this was on the inside. It was thousands of pounds of water in here when I picked it up. So this has been completely regutted and we're gonna redesign it. I cut through that quarter berth back there. That's where my daughter's gonna sleep, not under there, but there'll be a couch and her legs will go underneath there. And I'll give you deck layout in the future, but this is gonna have a head and a kitchen, galley, I guess in naval terms. Sleep 5. So up on deck, it's a little dicey up here to do this without any sort of lifelines or rails because they're all off right now. Everything's been pulled off. The forward hatch has been pulled off. Sitting down there in the shed, it's all teak. That's gonna be refinished. That mast base is going to be a hinged mast base, which would be nice, and all this blue decking is going away in favor of this will all be repainted white, and then the decking will be painted beige. So all the hardware's off up there, and that's what she looks like right now. I'll keep you apprised as we go through.